Ave Regina,
Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
Whoever keeps the word of Christ, the love of God is truly perfected in him. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. Jesus said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which appear beautiful on the outer side, but inside are full of dead men's bones and every kind of filth. Even so, on the outside you appear righteous, but inside you are filled with hypocrisy and evil doing. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You build the tombs of the prophets and adorn the memorials of the righteous. And you say, if we had lived in the days of our ancestors, we would not have joined them in shedding the prophets' blood. Thus you bear witness against yourselves that you are the children of those who murdered the prophets. Now fill up what your ancestors measured out." The Gospel of the Lord. Now we live in a cosmetic culture. It has nothing to do with cosmetic items or makeup. Cosmetic culture could be described as a tendency to project entities and things within an external beauty and with a greater visual appeal, without necessarily ensuring the actual quality from within. The presence of the cosmetic culture can be seen in various areas of our living, political, social, and economical, etc. The Gospel of the day presents Jesus sharply lashing out at the cosmetic culture existing in our religious practices, with a clarion call to do away with such hypocritical trends and tendencies. Continuing his prophetic denunciation of the practices of the religious leaders of his times, Jesus comes down heavily on the Pharisees and scribes by comparing them to whitewashed tombs. Tombs of Palestine in the time of Jesus were painted with a lime paste or whitewash at the start of the year. There was a twofold purpose to this. It would help in easy identification of the tomb so that it could be avoided, or it would help in the beautification of the tomb so that it could be admired. Just as the whitewashed tombs would look wonderful on the outside but would be full of filth and disgust inside. That is what Jesus could see in the teachers of the law, Pharisees and scribes. They would hide their character of deceit, falsehood, duplicity, and fraud. Sometimes we are also exposed to this type of culture. Now let us ask into ourselves, is my spiritual and religious life also cosmetically cultured? I may be known to be exemplary in my prayers and role model in my strict following of Christian practices, but is it just a cosmetic to hide my inner vices and to cover up my sinful tendencies? I may be appearing to be a very charitable person in extending a lot of material help in many causes, but is it just a cosmetic to conceal my hidden agenda or a means to boost my ego and inflate my pride? Our generation is gravely exposed to this cosmetic culture, and perhaps many of us, knowingly or unknowingly, become proponents of the same culture. A generation which focuses only on the peripherals of life and fails to give consideration to the core and inner dimensions. This is because of internal weaknesses or a failure to manifest the values and ideals they espouse. It requires the power and grace and strength in the Lord to become counter witness to this cosmetic culture. The deeper that one is united with Christ, the lesser will be the dependence on the external shows, and greater will be the harmony and attractiveness of one's life. May our blessed Lord help us in our efforts and desires to beautify our life not just within an outer show, but within an inner glow.
Regina Celi,
Letare, alleluia, qui aquam meruisti portare, alleluia, resurrexit sicut dixit, alleluia, ora pro nobis Deum, alleluia.